What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the show, I am your hostess, Rashid White. My boy, Beric Burrell, co-host.
What's up, guys? As always, peace.
All right. So this show sometimes is about tomorrow's news today. The Brooklyn Nets season is actually over. It's over. It's done. It's done. And who's actually to blame for it? Kyrie Irving. And I'm talking about in Game 3. Now, I had a huge debate on Facebook at the Brooklyn Nets page over there, man, with some people up in there. And they don't understand. It's like, hey, man, listen. They blaming Joe Harris. Joe Harris is a role player, and I'm going to get into that in a couple of minutes. But Kyrie Irving, he does not shoot for the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. You are one of the most, the most prolific one-on-one players I've ever seen in my life watching basketball. I've been watching this game for 25 years. You cannot go. You cannot attempt to you have to shoot. How you don't take a shot in the last 4 minutes. You shoot even if you make a couple of let's say 2 out of 9 shots, they win that game. They up 3-0. And then if you get hurt, then you got some wiggle room to actually. But then, I'm watching his body language, his shot selection. His head is not there. I don't know what's going. I mean, prior to him getting hurt, I don't know what's going on with this dude, man. But when you don't shoot in the last 4 minutes of that game, there's a problem there, man. Now, Joe Harris is a role player. I know he's getting paid $72 million. He's not Kyrie Irving. He's not Kevin Durant. He's not James Harden. All right, he is a role player. So it's a B player. So you might get a good game out of him every 2, maybe 3 games in a sense, though. He is a role player. Go ahead, Beric, man. What do you think?
If he's a role player, then he shouldn't be in the game. Then, if he's a role player, then he shouldn't be getting $72 million.
To hit 3-point shots. In a sense, that's his
okay,
role.
But he's not. But when we talk to you, when people say about this guy who played 38 minutes in Game 4 and dropped 8 points, we got a problem with that. Because at the end of the day, he is supposed to make those shots and obviously to clear the floor and give more of an opportunity for guys like Harden an opportunity to get to the basket or do the things that Durant, and do the things that Durant does well. Now you look at all the teams in the past. I could throw 10 teams, including the Golden State Warriors, who was hitting 3-point shots to give Durant an opportunity to get to the basket. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Curry and it was Thompson. Now, Thompson was technically a role player, wasn't he? Because he was the third scoring option on the team. Wouldn't that be a scorer? Wouldn't that be a role player, right? But he was producing. He was dropping them buckets. So how come this man can't drop the buckets too? And how come he can't be held accountable for that? Since he's one of the highest scoring 3-point shooting guys in the NBA, why can't he be held accountable? It can't be just Kyrie.
Well, I mean, technically, a 3-point shot is somewhat of a low percentage shot compared to, let's say, the 2-point shot.
How was that? How was that when it's a big part of the game?
Further away from the basket.
Okay, I shot 3-point shots. It wasn't low percentage.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to like a mid-range shot and a shot like a layup right under the basket, the 3-point shot is still a low percentage shot in a sense. So that's why you won't see anybody really hit 50-something% from 3 in a sense. Though good shooters are like 40-something%. Yeah, regular average shooters are maybe in the 30s in a sense though. So there's still low percentage shots. Your best shots, high percentage shots would be mid-range shots and then shots right under the basket. So let's get I mean, listen, Joe Harris, I get it, and this is why I don't like these role players actually getting big money like $72 million in a sense though, because it puts a lot of pressure on these guys. I mean, Joe Harris in his whole basketball career was not asked to be Kyrie Irving. He had one specific role, was to shoot. That's what got him into the NBA. Now he's actually expanded on his game in a sense though, but he's just starting to do that. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden has been doing this stuff all of their lives. You're asking Joe Harris, whose role was to be a floor spacer, now to take the ball to the hole, which he's gotten better at, but he's not at that level of a Kyrie. You can't put that kind of pressure on him. or he will buckle. And I've seen it over the years. I've been a Nets fan for a long time, and I've seen these role players actually get these contracts, and then they just can't live up to the pressure in a sense, though.
So what you're saying is this man is basically choking.
I wouldn't say choking. You're putting him in a position that he's not normally used to, in a sense, though. You're asking him to carry offense, and that's not what Joe Harris. Joe Harris has been asked to do all his career, in a sense, though. Now he's just starting to learn how to put the ball on the floor, and if the defense collapses on him, to kick it out to the corner shooters, or maybe but he hasn't been asked to really do that. Kyrie has been doing this all his life. He's used to that, in a sense. That's why he's getting paid the max contract, and Kevin Durant and James Harden. Joe Harris is a regular floor spacer.
Okay, there you go. Now you just basically validated my point. That's why he is supposed to nail them damn 3-pointers.
Yeah, but they're not cheating on. They're not helping on Kevin Durant as much. They have to start setting some high screens for Kevin Durant, and it cannot be Bruce Brown coming up and setting the screen. PJ Tucker's a big body, man. He can go over that screen. Blake Griffin or Jeff Green, if they're starting now, Jeff Green is back now. They need to actually come up and set the screen. PJ Tucker's not going to be able to fight through that easily, and that can actually get the defense. And Kevin Durant somebody will get switched on to a Kevin Durant other than PJ Tucker, in a sense, which will cause the defense to actually collapse. But the season's over. I mean, Kyrie, we're going to talk about some off-season moves. What needs to be done, in a sense, though. This is done. I'm a pragmatist. As one person actually said, I'm biased against the Nets. No, I'm not, because I said in last year, I would have told you, hey, the Nets in that bubble are winning the championship. I would have said that right on this damn show over here, when that's not true. So right now, the season's definitely over.
Okay, let me just throw something. Yeah, but let me tell you something. The Nets have been in position 5 times this year where Durant was the sole player on the floor, and they won 4 of those games. Now, I wouldn't go off and say that this is over. Huh?
Against who? What type of competition?
It doesn't matter what the competition. The bottom line is you're on the floor playing. What do you mean competition? It's the NBA. And the bottom line is, if you're by yourself as the star player and you're able to somehow, some way, able to get a win, mainly 4 out of 5, I would take that percentage.
Regular season, the playoffs are different. I mean, we seen Milwaukee go wire to wire with the Brooklyn Nets in the regular season, and in the first 2 games of this playoff series, Brooklyn just blew the door. And the playoffs are different, man. The attention to detail, how they're going to focus on, really focus on your weaknesses. Not just like, all right, we just came in the night before on a back-to-back. Preparation is like attention to detail is there, in a sense, though. And they got time. That's a little bit different in a sense than the regular season.
That's not going to really matter, because the bottom line is very simple. Kevin Durant is a guy that can get to his spots on the floor. Kevin Durant's a guy that can basically create any shot he wants. If they're able, the role players are able to make some shots and play defense and basically rebound by committee if you can, this will give them a chance to win game 5.
Notes over here, man. I lost my notes. Get back on defense. Do not try to offensive rebound against the Bucks. They're too big. You shoot the shot, get back on defense. Man, there was too many times last game Giannis is beating them down court, getting downhill. You got to get back. All guys got to get back on defense. I don't know why you guys are trying to go for offensive rebounds and putbacks. The percentages are really low against the Bucks because they're really big. You got Giannis, you got Brook Lopez up in there. You got to get back on defense and try to get them into a half-court set. We don't want the Bucks running.
Oh, we're talking about the same team that really hasn't been playing defense all year. And then they played average defense in postseason.
The same team that just blew out Milwaukee by 40-something points. That's called playing defense.
Okay, they haven't been playing it recently.
Why would you, Barry? Why would you actually go really hard in the regular season?
I'm sorry. Let me ask you something. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me? If you're the Brooklyn Nets and you're the fan base, what have you done for me lately? Are we going to go back to what they did in game 1, or are we going to go to do what they did in game 4?
They got injuries now.
Okay, but I'm not going to talk about game one. I'm not going to talk about game one. I'm not going to talk about game one like it's supposed to be still here. Game one was then. Game 4 is now. Game 5's tomorrow night. And you got to find a way to get that W. So it don't matter what the hell you did in game one. It don't matter.
Barry.
Rashid. It don't matter, bruh. It don't matter because you don't have the same guys on the team.
You, bro? What are you
but you don't have the same guys now. You don't have the same guys.
Injuries.
Okay, we know that, but you still got to play game 5. So why are we talking about what they did in game 1? Right now, the bottom line is they have not played a high level of good defense consistently. Consistently. Then you gonna go back to the blow. I said consistently. Did I not say? Listen when I talk to you. They have not played. See, that guy's right. That guy's right about you. You are biased.
They had 2 blowouts. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Blowouts. What are you talking about?
See? You see, with the Nets, when it comes to the Nets, this is how you get, bro. Look at you. You are highly upset when someone talks about your Nets.
Because you're not using logic.
Yes, it is. Yes, logic. Bro, they have not played deep. Look at their defensive position. Look at their defensive position.
2 fucking blowouts. They're not playing defense.
So what? It's 2-2 now. What does that do now? Is that consistent defense? If they blow them out in game 3, yes or no? Yes or no? Did they blow them out in game 4?
All right. We're gonna wrap this.
Yes or no?
We're gonna wrap this video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe.
There you go.
Get this video.
There you go.